Hello and welcome to this free mandolin lesson aimed at beginner and intermediate players. Over the next 10 minutes or so we're going to have a look at the beautiful tune Lara's theme, which is from the 1965 film Doctor Zhivago. And if you've never heard it before, I'm sure you'll recognise it when you hear it because it sounds a bit like this. Everything we talk about in this lesson is included in a free PDF, which is linked in the description below, so you don't have to do any of this by ear. This lesson is going to focus solely on the melody. We are pretending that we're almost an Italian mandolin player for this one. I know it's a modern piece, 1965, but it's sort of been accepted as a part of the classical Italian repertoire, this tune. So we're going to fulfill that role, and by doing that, we're going to focus solely on melody. There's no chords in this. There is chords included above the melody if you have a guitarist or a piano player that can accompany you, and I will be overdubbing guitar in this video, but this is just a melody lesson. It's got an A and a B part, and let's just go through those sections individually now. The main theme of the tune, the first 8 bars or 8 measures of the piece. Let's have a little play of those. So we're starting here. Now you've got a little 6 and 7, so it goes 2, 5, 6, 7. I mean, my little finger is strong enough to do that. But because it's a slow tune, if you need a hand to help out, if you need to sort of do it that middle and ring, that's fine. So that's the first phrase, and then it goes. So a nice little phrase to really lead you into a D7, and then it stays here. And then just to finish off, it jumps up to 8. 8 and 7, little finger catches that 8. So if we just try that, and I'll zoom in on my hand so you can see it. So it would sound like this after 2. So 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, up here. So that's the main hook of the tune. Just a little note on how I've written this. So this is a interesting tune that is both in 6/8 and waltz time 3/4 at the same time. For anyone who plays bluegrass, Lonesome Moonlight Waltz is written the same. So it is technically a waltz, but the music looks a lot neater if you write it in 6/8, which is it's a weird quirk, but as you can feel, it's got of a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. It's a very rather than the jig feel. So it's not got jig feel, it's got a waltz feel. Any chords I'll be adding over will be played in waltz time. So you've got to feel as though you're in waltz time with this. And for anyone not so quick at reading music, maybe you just have to use a combination of the tab and playing along with me to get the timing right. The other thing we need to talk about is tremolo. This tune, if you were to play it like an Italian mandolin player, would sound like this. So every single note would be tremolo. That's how the Italians do it. They almost just like lock their right hand into tremolo, just doing that. And then the left hand is in charge of. The left hand almost controls the timing of it, and the right hand's just tremoloing no matter what. Which is kind of hard when you get like a lot of notes. It takes a bit of skill. So what you could do is sort of the bluegrass way, and probably how I will play it, which is just tremolo in the long note. So. Or you could even just tremolo that very last note. Tremolo is completely personal. Even though the Italians would tremolo all of it, the bluegrassers wouldn't. No one's right, no one's wrong. It's just what you like the sound of. Tremolo is really just so we can fill the gap, keep the note going. Like the fiddles can just hold the note. We tremolo. So tremolo whatever you want, whatever you feel comfortable with. It's very tricky to do all of it. You could try it, but as I said, I'll probably just be doing the slightly longer notes, and the eighth notes, quavers, I'll be picking. Back to the second half of the A part. So we start here now. And then we stay there. And again, it goes up to the 8th fret. You could get that 8, because it's a slow piece, you can get that 8th fret with any finger you feel comfortable with. So let's try that together. So we're from the sort of the 9th measure on this O. So again, the count would be just 1, 2. So it'd be 1, 2. One, two. The B part's really cool musically. So we're in G major for the A part. And then the B part starts in G minor and then very quickly modulates to C minor. And then gets its way back to G major at the end. It's really interesting B part, but it's quite difficult for a beginner player. It's got a bit of a finger twister in the left hand. So if I just take it in little two short two bar phrases, start like this. So it's sort of 0, 1, 0, 4, 5, 6, 5. So you really do need your finger to help out. So that 4, 5, 6, 5. It's almost one finger each. And then the next phrase, the 3rd and 4th measure. So 5, 6, 5, 3, 2, 4, 3. It's like a diminished phrase. And then the 1 gets involved to make it even harder. Tricky phrase that. So 3, 4, 3, 1, 6, 5, 6, 1, 6, 5, 3. Big stretch that, 1 to 6. You could, if you want, do a little position shift. You could do 3, 4 here. That might be a little easier for some people. So your 1s become 8. And then just around as we get us back to the A part. And then that leads us back into. So if I just run through the B part once, you can try to play along. It's a bit of a twister, but after 2 again. 1, 2. Here we go. Might take you a bit of work, that one, but I'm just making sure you can at least hear what it sounds like today, and you can take that away and practice. Now let's play through the full tune. This doesn't have any repeats, but what the normal arrangement is sort of like an A-B-A format. So we're going to do that now. We're going to play an A part, a B part, and then we're going to play another A part. And then right at the end of the A part, when you're on that 8th fret, I'm going to add 1 measure of a G chord just as a final note. So A-B-A plus a G chord. I'm going to overdub a guitar so you can sort of hear someone playing the waltz time. I'm going to put a metronome on just to keep me in time, really, and I'll sort of keep counting. And tremolo-wise, I'm going to do what I said, which is sort of tremolo the long notes, but maybe not the quavers of the 8th notes. So this is Lara's theme. Let's go. After 2. 1, 2. part. A part. Big finish. G chord. So there you have Lara's theme from Doctor Zhivago. It's a beautiful piece of music. I hope you've enjoyed learning it. I hope you've taken away that tremolo is completely up to you. You can add tremolo wherever you want. It'll still sound nice. This is an interesting tune to read. It sort of takes a bit of inventiveness of listening to the music and interpreting how the tab just to get the timing right. It took me a while to get the timing right. We do these lessons every month. Please hit like and subscribe while you're here, or head over to mandomike.com for all the other free lessons, and we'll see you next month.